Some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
What up? You got one more people then. Come on, man, we're always there for you. Like I tell you all the time, consistency is the key. Understand? We don't take no days off. You always show up. Come on, man, let's get into it, man. You know Laurie Whitwell, he works for the Athletic. He's solidified. You understand? And obviously he's come out and spoke about the Man United situation, a few of our players, transfer targets, etc. So we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to show you what's really going on, etc. So let's get into it, man. We're going to start off with the strikers. Moise Kean is who we're linked with now. We're linked with this geezer. I've never seen too much on Moise Kean, you know. I don't really know too much about him. You understand? He's always a name that I've always seen just get thrown into stuff, but no one ever gets mad excited about Moise Kean. I don't ever see anyone gassed. So, yeah, this is Moise Kean anyway. He plays for Fiorentina. He used to be at Juventus. He went there for a couple of years. He didn't light it up. But obviously, it is what it is, isn't it? Man United have been keeping tabs on Moise Kean, who has a £52 million release clause that could be triggered until 15th of July. United are the Premier League club to have shown the most interest. That's about £45 million. So he's got a release clause. But, mate, like I'm saying, I'm not gassed over him. I haven't heard too much about him. He's not lighting it up in Serie A. The person that's lighting it up over there is McTominay. I ain't hearing about Moise Kean, bro. So I don't know about this geezer, man. But as you can see, his stats are there as well. He's 25 years old. 35 million is what his value is, but his release clause is 45 million. He scored 19 goals in the league last season in 32 games. There's nothing exciting about him, though, that I would say. Do you understand? And even if you look at his actual record, everywhere he went, remember he came to the Prem. Look, he only played two games, though, I'll give him that. But he's come to the Prem already. He played for Everton. You can't ever remember him, mate. So yeah, we're showing the most interest in Moise Kean right now. It's us. And this is what Laurie Whitwell said. So I don't know about Moise Kean, man. Like I said, I'm not gassed over him. You don't hear too much about him. He's just a name that always gets thrown in to stuff at the back end of stuff. It's never just Moise Kean's going to be that guy. No, it's always he's like at the back. So I think he's more of a backup option. You know, we wanted the Ossimans, the gyokeres, the Lap. So he's like a backup option. Me personally, I'd rather go for Watkins than go for Moise Kean. But mate, who am I to say whatever in it? So that's the situation with Moise Kean. Laurie Whitwell said it's certified that we're looking at him. He didn't say it's anything too crazy. He said we're only keeping tabs. He hasn't said we've gone mad and made contact or we want to sign him or anything like that. He's just saying Man United have been keeping tabs on Moise Kean, who has a 52 million release clause that can be triggered until the 15th of July. So we'll see what happens with this one, man. He ended up speaking about the other strikers. And obviously he says United have been offered the chance to sign several free agents. So you lot are getting all of these reports every minute about TalkSport and all of that, bro. We've been offered the chance. The free agents, they have to put in the work. Do you understand? If you've got an agent, he's going to go and offer you to clubs. Listen, my client's here. He only wants 50k a week, blah, blah, blah. These geezers are throwing themselves at us. Vardy, Callum Wilson, Calvert-Lewin, they're all at the end of their career more or less, and they're going and before you know it, we're going to be linked with Callum Wilson. We're probably going to be linked with Callum Wilson soon now because he just left Newcastle, so we'll probably be linked with him soon. So yeah, that's the situation. It's basically said we've been offered a chance to sign these free agents. Calvert-Lewin, Jamie Vardy and Callum Wilson. It is expected that United would only advance on these, if at all, towards the end of the window if they do not get any of their top targets. Remember, we're losing out on a lot of top targets, you know. Osimhen don't want to put his wages down. The Lap rejected us. Gyokeres is going Arsenal, looks like. So we could lose out to all of our top targets. We definitely want a striker. And so and Ben Jacobs said this as well. He said, basically, if it gets to the end of the window and there's a hole in our squad, we might go for a free agent just for like a year or something. But what's happening is they're getting offered to us, and then these newspapers are running with it and saying, Man United are in for Calvert-Lewin. We're not in for Calvert-Lewin. He's been offered to us, and we haven't said anything about it. That's it. The agent's got to do his job. And then we got Mateta. Everyone was talking about Mateta. Why don't we go for him, etc. AC Milan seem like they're showing a lot of interest to him now. That's Matteo Moretta that said about that. And he works with Fabrizio Romano. He's solidified. So he said there was a direct inquiry with the players' entourage. No talk shit with Palace, but they're preying him. Like they're trying to, they're sizing it up if they're going to make that bid for him. So Mateta looks like he might be out of the works if AC go for him. And then, these three basically, Callum Wilson, Calvert-Lewin and Vardy, these guys that are just at the end of their career, washed out now, they're free agents and they're offering themselves to people. That's what your agent has to do for you. That's his job. Go and get me a club. So they're offering themselves. We're not in for them. We're not saying we want Calvert-Lewin. We're not talking to his agents. His agents come to us and he's saying, do you want him? He's only there. So that's the situation, mate. So let's get into the next one. We've got Rasmus Hojlund. This geezer is coming out and saying he wants to stay, yeah? We'll go to the right one. What Fabrizio said that one, innit? Yesterday. He said Rasmus Hojlund doesn't want to leave Man United this summer. He desires to stay. The only possibility for sale in case United decide to advance in talks and proceed with his exit. Inter have been keen for weeks. But listen to this. This has come out just now from Laurie Whitwell, the man himself, and he's gone, Rasmus Hojlund faces an uncertain future. He hopes to stay and fight for his place and spent last week training with Harry Maguire in Portugal to prepare for this week's return to Carrington. So Fabrizio keeps letting us know he don't want to stay. He wants to stay. We all know that. But, mate, we want him out of here. This is what Laurie Whitwell said last time. He said, look, Rasmus Hojlund is more likely to leave Man United than stay this summer, as it stands. It would also more likely be a permanent sell than a loan. Inter Milan are firmly there. So Inter Milan want him. We want to sell him. Even Fabrizio said the other day, still no agreement between Inter Milan and Manchester United for Rasmus Hojlund. Blah, blah, blah. The options could become easy, but obligation, blah, blah, blah. So today, Laurie Whitwell was saying he still faces an uncertain future. Even though that, what's his name? Fabrizio came out last night telling us what we already know, that he doesn't want to leave. We know he doesn't want to leave, but he's got to go. You ain't got no choice. Inter Milan is in standby. It's in standoff right now because we want him to go. I think Inter want a loan or something. So that's why it's a bit standoffish. But, mate, he needs to go, man. I think it's better for him if he just goes. He came from Atlanta, that same league. Go over there, rip it up. Even if it's on loan, rip it up and then come back. And then maybe you've built up something. But, mate, it didn't work for you, bro. It was poor last season. You was getting pocketed by Hong Kong FC, mate. Like, it didn't work. You understand? I like Hojlund because he's a Man United fan as well. I like guys that are living their dream, but, mate, it's not working. So let's just let it go here. So that's the situation with him. He still faces uncertainty. He doesn't want to leave, but, mate, he knows if a bid comes in for him or something solidified, we're going to get rid of him. There's no way we're keeping him. It's been said for ages now. He's more likely to leave Man United than stay this summer. So we've told him you're surplus to requirements. But because he's still like, cool, he ain't done nothing out of bounds. I don't think he's part of the Freedom Five with the Sanchos and that, with the exile in him. That'll be like, you'll be taking the piss. And you got to remember, if you look at what's happening with our striker market at the moment as well, where we're getting rejected left, right, and centre, and no one really wants to come, do they really want to take a risk with him to fully go and then we've got no one there? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think is a bit mad. James, we said, hi, please, can I ask you what follow do you think Man United will go out to sign? Because what forward? Because we have lost out on gyokeres. Yeah. I don't know, we're linked with Moyes Keane today. I think we should go for Watkins. We've been linked with Watkins as well. But don't worry, if you've missed it, just stay in here and I'm gonna swim back round and I'll show you anyway. But we're linked with a few forwards. But Moyes Keane has come up as well, and we're linked with Watkins as well. So yeah, that's the situation with Hojlund. I'll get into this. This is Sancho and Antony. It says Real Betis' president Angel Harrow cited that Antony's 105k a week salary as one of the sticking points in negotiations to make his loan permanent, while Sancho's wage also hinders his exit. So Real Betis now, they were very close to signing him before. Now they complain about his salary, 105k a week. So now that's put the deal in a bit of thing. But Antony's got other suitors though. I think Atletico Madrid came in for him. Como came in for him. That's Cesc Fabregas's team. So he's got other suitors anyway. So Antony doesn't really, he wants to go back to Real Betis because he likes it there and they like him, etc. But mate, last result, for you to stay in that Brazil team for the World Cup next year, you're just gonna have to pack your bags and go wherever, mate. So it seems like he's doing the he's trying to do the loyal thing to Real Betis. I had a good spell here, blah blah blah. But he's gonna have to pack his bags soon and say, you know what, mate, they're not coming for me. They can't afford me. Let me go somewhere that I can actually be afforded, because he needs to keep that Brazilian team. He's been given an opportunity to be in the Brazilian squad by Carlo Ancelotti. So you can't think now. You can't mess that up now. Yes, Milton, big up yourself, bro. Yeah, Sancho, his wages, everyone knows already. He's close to Juventus. Him and Juventus are very close. The only obstacle is his wages. And they're kind of dealing with that. It was said yesterday that it was only $1 million to $2 million. That's the gap between them. So Juventus and Sancho are working on his wage. He took a little wage cut because he had to. And then we're going to end up seeing what happens. But yeah, Sancho's close to Juventus. So hopefully he takes an extra wage cut, makes it happen, and he can just bounce. Because that is the freedom fighter. We need to give him his freedom. We need freedom. We all need freedom. Rashford, sources at the Camp Nou believe that he would potentially be willing to join on a reduced salary, if not on a loan. It's not a loan. Yeah. So basically, Rashford's already took a pay cut. He's already told them that, listen, I will take a pay cut. I love Barcelona. It's sunny over there. I want to play with Lamine Yamal. I want to play with the best, blah, blah, blah. He's got into all of that. So Rashford is twerking for Barcelona. He wants them badly. So they're just basically letting us know as well that they want it. Rare. Let's see this. This is the same thing of yesterday about Rashford, that they're not really rating him like that in Barcelona. They don't really want him. They want Luis Diaz, even though that they've approached Barcelona twice. Sorry, they've approached Liverpool twice for Luis Diaz, and they've said he's not for sale both times. Now they still want him. And they're even looking at other targets in Antonio Nusa now. So it's just kind of a bit mad for Rashi. Obviously, Bayern Munich are interested in him as well. They just sold Sane. And then you got Musiala that just got injured. So Bayern Munich could end up going for him. So that's the situation with Rashford. Yeah, he's just basically, he'll take a pay cut. He'll do anything to get to Barcelona. To wear that Barcelona shirt, he will do anything. I'm not happy with Manchester United. Why are you not happy, Abraham? What's going on? Just heard that their Langa money may not be utilised to close and Mbeumo deal, which would be the best way forward. What's it going to be used for then, Milton? What they're saying it's going to be used for? So yeah, that's the situation with Rashford. I'll move on to the keeper. This keeper, we've been linked to this geezer so much, bro. Yeah, and I keep telling you that you don't need to learn from this, yeah, because some people, when I put a journalist in this chat, they'll say, "Oh, I don't know about him. He's not reliable." Let me show you something. Look at this. This is the journalist, all from Brazil, that's been talking about this keeper, and I keep my tabs. So when I see something, I'll keep the tabs. So look at that. That is 6 different journalists all talking about this keeper in Brazil. Look at the dates. The dates are at the bottom. 29th of June, 4th of July, 5th of July. All talking about this keeper. Man United are eyeing this keeper. 5.8 million, 6.7 million. Man United have spoke to his representatives. Man United are scouting him. Man United came to the game today. Man United. Look, there's so much going on that there's got to be something brewing. You can't have 6 different journalists all in Brazil on different days, all talking about this keeper and Man United. So I was telling you lot, stop sleeping on the little journalists. I know everyone wants the Fabrizio, here we goes, but there's other journalists that start the stories first and then it brews to someone else. That's what happens. So now look, Laurie Whitwell spoke about this today. Laurie Whitwell was the most reliable Man United journalist. And look, he says, there remains a prospect of United signing another goalkeeper with Botafogo's John on the list. See what I'm saying? It started in Brazil with 6 of them speaking about it. 29th, 4th, 5th, and then today, Laurie Whitwell spoke about it. So this is what I'm saying. Stop sleeping on the little journalists, mate. When there's little journalists talking about something too much, something's brewing in the background. MEN spoke about it on the 6th, which is about 2 days ago, and that's Manchester Evening News. They spoke about it. So I was like, rah, it's coming to England now. You get it? And what was I saying to you? Like, I was saying to you, lot, I reckon he'll be a Bayern replacement because we got Bayern for 4 million. He is going to cost about 5.8 million. So if Bayern goes, they'll just replace him with that, and then surely he might end up being better than Onana. Do you know what I'm saying? This geezer might end up being better than Onana, but I keep telling you, lot, stop sleeping on the small journalists. When they talk, you got to listen, bro. You can't. When their small journalists are all talking about something, it's like gyokeres the other day. All the Portuguese sources saying it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, and then Fabrizio came out and said it's done. Do you get it? Everyone is talking about this little you in Brazil, 29-year-old John Victor, Man United are in for him, and then today it's just been solidified that it's true. So that's my point, man. Don't see me putting the little people in there and you're thinking, am I just clickbaiting or what am I doing? No, you got to have faith in them. So if Bayern goes, it looks like Bayern might be going, we'll go in for this geezer. His geezer might be good. I don't know. I ain't seen nothing of him. But surely you can't be shitting than Bayern and Onana, man. Them two are just the worst keepers ever. I don't say anyone is worse than them. And this is the new keeper we're linked with. Yo, Mitch, I hope United can try and turn it around. Ingoings as well as outgoings. Yeah, man. Outgoings is messing us up, man. The wages and that. But hopefully something can happen today, man. Something can start brewing, man. Barcelona, Bayern, Rashi, etc. You understand? Don't worry, man. I go back round anyway. So if you missed anything about before, I'm going to come back. Don't worry. That additional income is coming true. And one firm is saying my money will be simply be absorbed. This is ridiculous, right? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. He scored 19 goals and 15 more than Rasmus. So what, Moise Kean, yeah? But it's the Italian league, though. Even Rasmus had a little good time over there. But yeah, 100%, man. I'll take anyone rather than Rasmus up front right now. I'll be real. But yeah, man. So John Victor, he's the keeper that we're looking at. I think Bayern is going to go, and then we're going to get John Victor. We've been looking at him for ages. From the 29th, it's been brewing from journalists in Brazil. This is 6 different articles that I've caught up from the 29th to the 4th to the 5th, whatever. And I was like, wait a minute, there's too much reports about this geezer every single day. And then Laurie Whitwell's come out this morning and basically said the same thing. Remains a prospect that we're signing this keeper. So this keeper is certified. He might be better than Onana. But what we're going to do is we're probably going to go get rid of Bayern sign because he's cheap. He's only 5.8 million. So get rid of Bayern for about 3-4 million. Bring him in, and then maybe you push him to be the number one. He might be better than Onana. But that might be the way we're going with it. We keep Onana, but then we get rid of him with him. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Obviously, everyone knows about Alanga. We got a little sell-on clause. We're making money in our sleep now. You know what I mean? You know how broke we are. Every penny counts. So Alanga's here. We go to Newcastle. And then obviously it says Nathan Salt spoke about it. So Man United holds a 20% sell-on clause and will acquire roughly 8 million. So that 8 million, I thought it could go to the Mbeumo deal. Maybe it can't. I don't know. But it's some money for United anyway. And then we've got Max Oyedele. He's set to leave Legia Warsaw with a 6 million release clause, potentially earning United 2.58. So that's a little 10 million in your sleep, bruv, in one night. Imagine that. Imagine just sleeping, waking up in the morning and you got 10 million now. You know what I'm saying? From nothing. Hopefully that 10 million goes to something useful. You know what I'm saying? If it closes the Mbeumo deal or whatever, and it just doesn't go in the Glazers' pockets. So I hope so, man. Good morning, bro. What's up, Lucky? Good morning, Metric community. Big up yourself, Man United, man. Big up the whole Metric community, man. You know I'm here for you like every day, man. You don't hit up the like button, subscribe, man. I'm here every day for you, like, all the Man United news, 3 times a day. This is the beginning. We'll be on the evening and we'll be on at the night. All day we're updating you like, what's going on with the Man United news. My main focus is using it. Yeah, of course, bro. 100%. So yeah, that's the sell-on clause. We've got more news for you lot as well. We got this teenager, Keys Smith. He's meant to have won Golden Boy or something for the Euros. And Man United, DOF, Jason Wilkes is preparing to make a move for the AZ Outman's teenager, Keys Smith. I don't know how true this is. This came out yesterday. This is from Team Talk. This is the only report, so I'll take it with a pinch of salt. Like I tell you lot, you don't need reports. They always starts off by one, but when it builds up like John Victor's like this, that's when you know it's true. So take this one with a pinch of salt. It's just one report, but it's saying, listen, Man United are ready to make a move. So I don't know if it's true, but that's one to look out for. And he won the Golden Boy for Euros. And obviously we got pre-season that's starting soon. What's that then? What's that? 11 days? We got a friendly against Leeds on the 19th. Then the next game after that is West Ham on the 27th. Then we got, I don't know who that is on the 31st. I can't even see it. I don't know who that is. And then we got Everton. Is that Bournemouth? I think is that Bournemouth there on the 31st? But yeah, I don't know who that is. And then we got Everton on the 4th. And then we got a friendly against Fiorentina, who Moyes Keane plays for. So if he ain't signed by then obviously you get me. So yeah, that's the situation. United. I'm gonna run through it. So pre-season, bruv, we need to get some players. Remember, the friendlies on 19th, that's in 11 days. So right now, remember, we're training for pre-season. We're not ready to go in pre-season yet. We're not getting on the plane yet. I know that's gonna be in America, by the way. So right now we're training for pre-season. So hopefully we can get another signing in so we can implement his style properly. To get an Mbeumo or something in right now would be nice. But you got to remember, we're basically going into next season with the same team at the moment that we left last season. Literally, even worse. Because at least last season we were still playing Garnacho. He was a threat sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He's not even playing. So it's literally the same team as last year, but a little bit weaker. Do you understand? We've just replaced Garnacho with Cunha. We've literally just done that. So it's crazy, man. So we'll see what happens with that, man. That's the more news. We've got Moyes Keane. This is the Moyes Keane news. Laurie Whitwell obviously spoke about it and said, Man United have been keeping tabs on Moyes Keane, who has a £52 million euros release clause that can be triggered until 15th of July. Remember, we've got to sell to buy. So would we have the money? Would we have sold someone in the space of 7 days to even buy him anyway? If you know what I'm saying? So United are the only team, the Premier League team, to have shown the most interest. So we've shown the most interest out of the Premier League teams out of Moyes Keane. If you look at him, he's 25 years old. His market value is 35 million, but his release clause is 45 million. He scored 19 goals in Serie A, 3 assists in 32 games. That's not too bad. Scored 5 goals in the Conference League in 11 games. That's basically like half a game. And yeah, man, but he hasn't been so consistent. That's the only thing I'll say about him. He hasn't been super consistent over there. When you look at his stats, look at him in Juventus. He's played 20 games. Maybe he wasn't starting because they had Vlahovic and all that. But he went 20 games, no goals, no assists in a whole season. That's crazy, bro. Obviously, he might have got injured or something as well. But mate, come on, man. But 8 goals in 2022. Obviously, you do build up in it. You do get better as you go, and he's changed the environment. And now we scored 25 at Fiorentina. So who knows, innit? Maybe he is stepping up. But like I said, he is last resort, mate. We know who our top targets were. Osimhen, gyokeres, Delap. It hasn't happened. Do you know what I'm saying? I think we'll go for Watkins now. And then last result, if we don't get them guys, that's when we start looking at players like Moyes Keane, Gonzalo Ramos on a loan, etc. I don't think we're going to go for him. I don't think he's like top. Do you know what I mean? He's like, all right, 45 million. We can take the chance with him. He's 25, last result. But I don't think it's like, yeah, let's go for Moyes Keane. Like he's our target, top target. No way. So that's the situation with Moyes Keane. He's got a £45 million release clause. It ends on the 15th of July, which is 7 days. We've shown the most interest, but it doesn't say anything about exploring a deal. We haven't spoke to his agents. We haven't spoke to Fiorentina, nothing. So that's his stats right there. He scored 19 goals. Remember, that's the Serie A though. Hojlund was there. I think Hojlund scored 13, 14 goals when he was there. Look at Hojlund in the Premier League, mate. So this is what I'm saying. So I don't know, man. That's just someone we're linked with. Oh, yeah, and you can see that in 2020, he scored 17 goals for PSG, but he's had a big gap between them. Look at that. From PSG in 2020 all the way to last year, he barely scored any goals. And then he just went mad last year. So Moyes Keane's a big target for us. Laurie Whitwell said, but he's not. We haven't done anything. So don't take it serious yet. It's just he's on the list. We've kept tabs. We've shown the most interest, but we haven't explored anything yet. And like I said, I think he's last result anyway. And then you look at this, everyone that's been offered to us. Remember that word, you lot. You lot got to remember the words. United have also been offered, not exploring, talking to, offered the chance to sign several free agents. Calvert-Lewin, Jamie Vardy, Callum Wilson. All these guys are at the end of their career, mate. It is expected that United will only advance on these, if at all, towards the end of the window if they do not get any of their top targets. And Ben Jacobs came out the other day and said the same thing. He said, if we get to the end of the window and there's a hole in our squad, so say we can't get a striker, we don't want to just go and buy someone that we don't believe in. You know what? Let's just get one of these guys in for 1 year as a little backup, just to keep the numbers going. So Xerxes, Hojlund, and Calvert-Lewin, for example, just to keep it rolling. It's a different target. Calvert-Lewin is probably better than Hojlund. He hasn't got better stats than him, but he's probably, if you put him in our team, he probably might do a little bit more. He might score some headers. He might, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what they're basically trying to say, innit? They've been offered to us. Jamie Vardy, he's not coming to United, but last result, we could just go for him because it's like we need a striker bad. We don't want to rely on Hojlund. Let's just grab this geezer, do 1 year with him, and then we go for someone big next year. Mateta, when I ask everybody, I say, who do you want to be our striker with everyone left? Bear in mind, Osman's gone, gyokeres is gone, Delap's gone. Who would you say is the best strikers left? And everyone tends to say all the time, Watkins and Mateta. Mateta has been shown interest now from AC Milan. And that source is very reliable. Matteo Moretto works with Fabrizio Romano. So when he talks, you listen. Says there was a direct inquiry with the player's entourage. No talks with Palace yet, just an idea being evaluated internally. So, mate, it's looking like Mateta might be going to AC Milan, mate. And they're not even in the Champions League. They're not even in the Champions League as well. So I don't know. But if they can go for him, surely we can. But what are they going to get prized though? Because people are saying he's going to be 60 million. He's about to sign a new contract. He's happy. So it might be a thing where it's like 50 million and then we can just come in and go, what, you want 50 million? We'll give you 50 as well. Who knows? But Mateta seems to be a very smart signing. If we bought Mateta, I don't think a lot of people would be complaining. Do you understand? So, yeah, it's a mad one still. It's a mad one. Today, I need new talks with Brian and Mbeumo. Yeah, hopefully we get a third bid, man. Hopefully. Hey, what's up? Been hearing about Ndidi interest in joining Man United. I don't think there's anything too in that, Aswin. You know, I've seen it. It's £5 million for Ndidi, but I don't think there's anything too into it. We've been linked with other midfielders after that. AC Milan will get Mateta for 32 million. When United comes, it's going to be 50, 100%, bro. 100%. It'll be 55 million for us. But for them, we'll probably get him for 30 or something. It's crazy. But yeah, so AC Milan have shown interest in Mateta. Hopefully, we can just intercept that. Yeah? And then we've been offered. Remember that word, you lot. No one have a head loss. Offered the chance to sign Calvert-Lewin, Jamie Vardy, and Callum Wilson. But we're only going to go for these geezers if we can't get our top targets and we want a stopgap. That's what you call it, a stopgap. It's basically like a loan, but you're not getting a loan because they're all free agents. So it's called a stopgap. You get them in for 1 year, 1 year contract. Here, we'll give you 80K and then you go. You're basically loaning them out for a year. So that might be a stopgap. And then next season, you might have a better striker target out there for sale and then you go for him. So that's the situation with the strikers. It's Moise Keane. He's been linked with us today and these three basically. And then obviously Mateta, who everyone thought was a good target as well when you talk about strikers. He's been linked with AC Milan, so he might end up going there, man. We've got Rasmus Hojlund. This geezer does not want to leave. He keeps saying he don't want to leave. I don't know why. But he faces an uncertain future. He hopes to stay and fight for his place and spent last week training with Maguire in Portugal. But, mate, we've told him he has to leave. Like he already thinks he knows he has to leave. And Laurie Whitwell, the same geezer that's saying this, said this last time about him. He said, Rasmus Hojlund is more likely to leave Manchester United than stay this summer as it stands. It would also more likely be a permanent sell than a loan. We don't even want to sell the geezer no more. We just want him out of it. So Laurie Whitwell said that the other day. And then obviously there's been talks. If you look at what Fabrizio said last night, he said Rasmus Hojlund doesn't want to leave Man United this summer. He desires to stay. But then when you look at what Laurie Whitwell was saying again, he's saying Rasmus Hojlund faces uncertain future. He hopes to stay and fight for his place, but they want him to leave. And this is what I'm saying. I don't think they're kicking them out. They want them to leave where they're like, bro, like, if a bid comes in for you, you're going to go. But I don't think they're telling them, we want you to leave and making them unhappy. Do you get it? I don't think that they're being straight up with them, where it's like, he hopes to stay and fight for his place. But, bro, fight for what place? We saw your performance last year. The whole world saw it. That's why no one's barely in for you, only Inter Milan. And they want to loan. They're not even trusting you enough to buy you. They're saying, we want to loan him, take a little chance, and then maybe we'll send him back. Come on, man. He just needs to get his boots on and get out of here. Like I said, he faces uncertain future, so it's more likely he's going to leave. Hopefully he leaves, and that will open the door for another striker. So we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, Laurie Whitwell spoke about him already and said he's going to leave. So it seems like that's what's going to happen with him. Let me take a few of these messages and I'll go back and get into the next one. AC Milan will get my title. Yeah, 100%. Toby Collier, loan him out 10 million. Get 10 million for Toby Collier. Well, wait, happening, man. That's too much. Any truth in Javi Guerrero from Villarreal? Nah, there's no truth in that, you know. It came out yesterday. It hit us like a bombshell. And then other reporters came out and said, no, he wants a new deal with Villarreal. So he's using Man United's name because we pay big wages. So what people do is when they want a new contract, they'll get our name involved. Man United are interested, and then they'll scare the team because the team will think, wait a minute, Man United pay big wages. So whatever he's asking for, let's just give it to him. That's what happens. Like and subscribe, my peoples, man. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, man. You know we do this every day for you lot, man. All the Man United news. So make sure you lot hit the like button up and subscribe, man. Yeah, we're here for you lot every day. Rasmus should take a pay cut. He's taking a pay cut already still. He's already taking a pay cut. Let's get into the next one. I've got you lot. Don't worry, man. So basically, Laurie Whitwell's come out and spoke about Antony and Sancho, and he's basically saying both of their wages is the obstacle for their deal. That's what's going on with them. This is what's holding them up. It's their thing, man. It's their fucking wages, bruv. 105 weekly is too much for Real Betis, they're claiming. They don't want to pay that for him. So he's got to take a wage cut on top of that. Does he really want to do that, Antony? This is what I'm saying. And then you've got to remember, Antony has got other suitors, but he likes Real Betis. He only wants Betis because he likes it there. He done his little time there. The city loves him. He's made a little link with Isco and all the players. He wants to go back there. So that's what's stalling Antony. The fact that he had such a good time there. He likes what's going on. They're in Europe now. He can go back there and play Europe. He's the man. They're calling him the GOAT. He had a lovely season. But Antony's got other suitors. So I think Antony's going to wait for a little bit to see if Real Betis can finalise the deal with United. But if they can't finalise it, I think that Antony's going to leave and go somewhere else because Como want him. There's other teams that want him. And you got to remember something about the freedom fighters, you know, because they've been exiled of pre-season now. They know now, because they're training alone every day. They know, listen, if I don't get a club, I'm going to literally miss World Cup next year. They're going to miss the World Cup. Because if they don't get a club, they're going to sit around for a year. They're not wanted at Man United, so they're just going to sit about for a whole year. So the freedom fighters now all have to go and get a club. They know they have to try and get something happen. If the World Cup wasn't on yet next year, we would all be in trouble. I wouldn't even be telling you all of this. There'll be no point. Because the World Cup is on, Antony's already got his place in the Brazil team. He wants to keep it. They're all going to try and find places to go. So that's the situation. But Antony, it was close with Betis. I thought they would have got it done by now. But obviously, they can't pay his wages. So he's chatting about the wages, trying to sort it out. Betis sold 2 players, Johnny Cardoza. They sold Jesus Rodriguez, I think his name is. So I thought it would have been done by now. But clearly, we're still waiting, innit? So hopefully that one gets done. But if not, the thing about Antony's got other teams that want him. Como, etc. So someone else is going to come in for anyway. Freedom fighter, Sancho, he's only got Juventus left. Remember, he had Napoli, he had Fenerbahce, he had Chelsea, and they all walked off because of his wage, basically. So the freedom fighters only got Juventus left. It's been said that it's only a 1 million or 2 million apart now. So we'll see what happens with the freedom fighter. But it seems like he's pushing for the Juventus move. He's took a wage cut. He knows he can only take a wage cut now because no one's going to go for him. That's another geezer. If he doesn't, he ain't even in the England team, but he has to fight his way in. So he's got to go to a team now. He can't afford to sit down to the 1st of September. So that's the situation with the freedom fighter, Sancho. Hopefully him and Juventus just wrap it up this week and we get a here we go or something. Sources at the Camp Nou believe that Rashford would be willing to take a reduced salary, if not on loan. Rashford has been twerking for them for the longest, mate. Yeah, he's going on interviews with Spanish podcasts. I love Barcelona. It's hot. I can play as a striker. Lamine Yamal, he's the best. You want to play with the best. He really, really, really wants to play for Barcelona, and he don't care. Even reports that came out yesterday about him, they're saying that they're not really prioritizing him. They want Luis Diaz. That's their main option. They want Luis Diaz. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but yeah, man. Obviously, he wants Barcelona in it, but even with him, he's got to turn around and go, listen, Barcelona are taking too long. They're registering new guys now. Now they want Antonio Nusa now. He plays for Leipzig. Let me just get a club. Because Bayern Munich run him as well. And Bayern Munich need a space. Because Leroy Sané's left and Musiala's just got injured. So they need someone over there. So, bro, just forget Barcelona, bro. They're taking the piss out of you. Just go somewhere else, bro. You understand? Just go to Bayern Munich and get your games. The whole world just looting in our religion now. Trust me. Antony needs a trusting family, and Betis gave him that. Can't argue with his preference. Stay with people that loves you. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. He's going to wait for them for a little bit, then I think he'll end up going in the end. Will Barca be able to register Rashford permanently, though? Apparently, it's easier than Nico Williams. Apparently, it'll be easier for some reason. But, mate, who cares? As long as they stay by him and give us the money, bro, that's their problem. You know what I'm saying? If any needs to leave, that's going to be Sancho. The club and fans gave him everything, but none in return. Exactly. And all that freedom comment was mad. You come out here saying freedom. You went mad with that one. You got to remember, at least Antony gave us 3 games in his first three goals in his first 3 games. He scored against Arsenal on his debut, scored against City, even though we lost 6-3, scored a worldie, and then he scored against Everton, and Ronaldo scored and we won. At least we got that out of them. Sancho ain't gave us anything, mate. Full move it will be, yeah, hopefully. Diaz going to cost 80 million. Nusa suits our system more than Barca. Okay. I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. I just hope he goes, though, Aswin. I hope it all go. And I like the way that they've been. Ruben's gone, yo, you're not training with us. You've gone mad. Don't get comfortable here. Go find your squad. Go find your own team and then come back. So that's the situation with the freedom fighter. Obviously, we've got this keeper that we're linked with. And I keep telling you, like, the same thing, man. When I'm putting in these little journalists, don't sleep on them, man. Because all these journalists, look, none of them are names that you lot would even recognize. They're all Brazilian journalists. And look, that's 6 articles that came out about this geezer and Man United. Man United are the club that are in contact with John Victor's entourage. Man United are in club, are formalized 5.8 million. Man United will pay up to around 10 million. Man United watched the game today against Palmeiras and Botafogo. Man United are eyeing a move that could cost 6.7 million. Man United are working. This is 6 different journalists that all came out. If you look at the dates at the bottom, from the 29th of June all the way, the 4th, the 5th, everything. So this is what I'm saying to you. The little journalists, you got to give them some time sometimes. And like I said, if Bayern there leaves, it's more likely we'll go for this geezer because they're around the same price. So this is what the Brazilian journalists were saying, and I all pull it in for you to see. And now today, we've just got the bomb off from Laurie Whitwell that everything about him is true. We're actually in for him. Do you know what I'm saying? We're actually in for this geezer. There remains a prospect of United signing another keeper. The Botafogo John is on the list of targets. So we're in for him. So what I think we'll do is if Bayern there leaves, because Bayern there cost us about 3-4 million, they might let him leave for about 1 million or something. Yo, get out of here, 2 million, see you later. And then when he leaves, they buy him for 5.8 million. And then hopefully he's better than Onana, and then he creeps up to be number 1. Do you get it? I think that's how it's going to work. I think Onana's not going to stay as number 1. It might be him, and then it creeps up. But hopefully he's better. Because when we bought Bayern there was only 3.4 million or something like that. And we was like, he's only 3-4 million. That's calm. That's the same thing with this geezer. His geezer's only going to be 5.8 million. So it's nice to have them cheap, but it's like, fuck, you know, but if he turns out to be worse than Bayern there, we are screwed, mate. But yeah, man, it's good to see that we're still looking at keepers as well. He's top on that list. So I think Bayern there will go. Hopefully he goes very soon and we can just bring this guy in, man. And then he takes Onana's spot because Onana looks like he's staying at the moment because no one ain't really in for him. So that's the situation with John Victor. But like I keep telling you, lot, have faith, man, in a lot of these journalists, man. Don't just look at them and think, it's not Romano, it's not Ornstein, so it must be fake. Sometimes it's brewing. It's about how much you see. You can't see this much about someone in the space of a week by 6 different journalists, and there's not nothing brewing. So have faith sometimes. So John Victor, hopefully we see him soon. Let's see what happens with Bayern. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. And Laurie Whitwell, that's the most he spoke about with that, with the goalkeeper situation. No, sorry, he even said it at the bottom. It says the addition of another goalkeeper could potentially push Bayern closer to an exit. So like I was just saying, if Bayern leaves, I'm sure we're going to go for this dude. So John Victor, man, I ain't really watched him. I watched the Botafogo and Palmeiras game. He didn't make no mistakes. Even the goal he conceded because they lost 1-0, it took a deflection of someone who went in. So, mate, I hope he's better than what we got already. I need to watch. I don't really like watching comps because every comp makes everyone look good. I like watching the keeper. I like watching the whole game and just focus on that one player. That's how I watch people. So I wouldn't say I've watched him enough to know if he's good or bad. But, mate, for 5.8 million, get Binder out of here, bring him in, and then hopefully this guy can take over, what's his name, Onana's spot. And then we're making money in our sleep now. You know what I'm saying? We're doing little businesses. We made a little 10 million tonight. Woke up in the morning, 10 million more. Hopefully that goes towards the transfer window, goes towards Mbeumo, goes towards something. It basically says Elanga. Remember, Elanga's got a here we go, and he's gone to Newcastle. And we've got 8 million out of that deal because we've got a 20% sell-on clause. And then obviously we got Max Oyedele, who is set to leave Legia Warsaw with a 6 million release clause and potentially earning United 2.58 million. So the club has a 50% clause. So that's about a 10 million we've just snapped out of both of them. Do you know what I'm saying? So they got to keep doing these smart deals, man, where they're getting money from things that it's not even happening. I see Man City do it all the time. They got loads of selling clauses. Man City always got selling clauses on all their players. So it's good to see that we're finally doing little things. Surely that 8 million goes towards Mbeumo. Surely, man. Do you know what I'm saying? We just wrap that up. But maybe it's not even that what they're arguing over. Maybe they're arguing over us getting bumped or not. They might be asking for something crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously it came out yesterday anyway that they kept saying about Mbeumo that the marketing, Elanga's price and João Pedro's price, 60 million, that's what they're looking at. So it might be something like that, man. 5. Yeah, so that's the situation with Elanga and Max Oyedele. We've just nabbed a quick 10 million. Let's keep doing these smart deals and hopefully that money goes to somewhere that's actually going to mean something to us. This has come out. This is links with a young kid. He got Golden Boy for your Euros, under 21s or something. So he's meant to be a good, promising kid. But like I'm going to say to you, take it with a pinch of salt. It's only one report and it's from Team Talk, who is not the most reliable in the world. And they're basically saying Jason Wilcox is preparing to make a move for AZ Alkmaar's teenager midfielder Keys Smith. So we're trying to make a move for him. I don't know how much it will be. I don't know nothing about him. I've never seen him. I've never watched the comp. I can't tell you if he's good, bad, what. Like I said, he won the Golden Boy for the Euros. So he's got to be at least decent. And that's the situation with him. If you don't know any more about Keith Smith, let me know. I don't know nothing about him. And then obviously it shows our preseason matches, 19th, which is in literally 11 days. That's our first game in preseason in 11 days, mate. So right this second, we're training for preseason, but I don't think we're ready, mate. We've basically got the same squad, bar Garnacho. We basically just swapped Garnacho with Cunha. We've made ourselves kind of weaker, and that's it. We've swapped Garnacho with Cunha, and it's the same squad. So the same squad that finished 15th is coming back without Garnacho, and we're going to have a bit more time, 11 days to work on our system. So Ruben's got time now to work on his system with the players, but it's more or less the same squad. So if you finish 15th, you work on the system, you add one addition, where are we going to finish now? 9th? So this is what I'm saying. We need to get a few more players in, man, and bring them into the system as soon as possible. So 11 days until preseason. We play Leeds. And then on the 27th, we play West Ham. 31st. I think that's Bournemouth. I can't even see who that is. I think it's Bournemouth. I'm not sure though. I can't see it, man. And then it says Everton on the 4th. And then on the 9th, we play Fiorentina at home at Old Trafford. And I think that's when we're gonna wear the new kit in front of all of our fans, of course. You get it? So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see if we're really in for this midfielder, because you know we like to get a lot of gems, innit? And this geezer's meant to be a teenager, so it would make sense to go for him as well. But mate, I take team talk with a pinch of salt. You know me, I always tell you lot if someone's reliable or not. I don't think team talk is the most reliable. So let's wait for it to come out in a few more outlets and then we'll know if it's solidified or not. You understand? So that's the situation with that. Then we got Onana. This came out yesterday about Onana. And he was just basically telling us, yo, he's got a 30 million price tag on Onana. He looks increasingly likely to stay at the club this season. And then it said Man United's goalkeeper coach, George Vital and Ruben Amorim are said to be happy with Onana, despite recent speculation about Emi Martinez. Monaco are still interested in Onana, but potential buyers feel discouraged by the 30 million asking price. Amorim remains relaxed despite wanting more competition for him. Clubs focus on finalising the deal for Mbeumo and hopes for a breakthrough with this. Let me get into this Onana thing and let you know what's going on. So as you can see, we're linked with John Victor, right? So I think it's the thing where it's like, nobody wants Onana. Everybody watches Man United. Nobody wants him. But let me ask you something. Ahmad, Lenny Euro, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, let's say, Xerxes, them 5, have you not heard them have a price tag? There's no price tag on their head because they're not for sale. So if you're not for sale, there's never going to be a price tag on your head. We've put a price tag on his head because we're trying to indirectly sell him, but we're not trying to upset him. You get what's going on here? We're saying we've put a price tag on his head for 30 million. So if someone bids 30 million, if someone is crazy enough to wake up tomorrow and go, we want to pay 30 million for Onana or 25 million, we're willing to negotiate at that price. We're basically saying. So we're letting you know he's for sale, but we're kind of letting us know as well that, we're happy with him to stay. Do you get it? And I say this, the only reason I say we're doing this for him and why we're putting out stuff that we're happy for him to stay, because Onana is a big character in the dressing room. He's came out a few times. He's involved in the talks with Mbeumo. He's been helping him, gassing him up to come to Man United. He plays a big role. You can see he's got main character syndrome. This guy will run from the goal line to Bruno Fernandes at a free kick. Anytime we score, he runs all the way. He's got main character syndrome. He plays a big part in the dressing room. So I think because they know no one wants him, they're putting out reports saying they're happy with him because they don't want to upset him. What's the point of upsetting a player and no one's going to come for him anyway? Imagine just saying, no, we want you to go, and then no one comes to him, and then now he's in the dressing room all angry, upset. He's changing the mood of the dressing room. You see him, he's a playful guy. He's always dancing with Ahmad, etc. That's the situation with Onana. We want him gone because we would not put a price tag on his head if we wanted him to stay. That does not make no sense. There's no price tag on Bruno. There's no price tag on Lenny Euro. There's no price tag on Amad Diallo. Because they are staying regardless. You only get a price tag if they want you to go. And Emi Martinez, Fabrizio Romano, Laurie Whitwell, they all came out and said, we have spoke to his agents. So why would we talk to Emi Martinez's agents if we're happy with Onana? And these are the same times Monaco came. So Monaco are still interested in Onana, but they just can't pay the 30 million. They're saying 30 million for him is crazy. They're probably trying to offer us like 15 or something. So we're letting it be known 30 million is what we want for him. But obviously, if you come and you bring your 25 or your 22 probably, you can have him. Do you understand? But just do the maths there. So I don't want a lot of people getting mad because you're reading that middle one and it says the goalkeeper coach and Ruben Amorim are said to be happy. They're not happy. They want him gone. That's why he's got a 30 million price tag. If they were happy, he wouldn't have a price tag. Vice versa, Ahmad, Lenny Euro, Delete. These people ain't got price tags. Mazraoui, you ain't heard nothing about them because they're happy. They're cool. They're going to stay. So that's the situation with him. And like I'm saying to you about John Victor, he is coming in if Bayern leaves and he's going to be competition for Onana. So think about it like that. He's going to be competition for Onana. He might even be better than Onana for what we know. That might be their plan. Let's get John Victor in, keep Onana for now, push him out slowly, and then before you know it, John Victor's our number one. Who knows? We might watch 2-3 games of John Victor and say, "Wow, he's way better," and then Amrin just keeps him as number one. So we don't know. But like I said, I think it's just the main character syndrome that Onana's got, but they don't want to upset him. Do you understand? So they don't want to tell him, "You have to leave." No, imagine they telling you have to leave. No one comes for you, and then now you're just upsetting everyone. You're changing the culture. Remember, they're trying to change the culture. Garnacho, too much stuff on social media, complaining, ego, Rashford. It's too much. They're trying to change the culture, so they don't want to have people in there unhappy, fucking up the dressing room, etc. So that's why I think it's coming out that we're happy. But he's got a £30 million price tag. You don't have a price tag if you're not for sale. He's for sale. So that's the thing with Onana. This came out last night. He's got a bounty on his head. 30 million, you can have him. And then we got Watkins as well. This is the situation Laurie Whitwell said about what Amrin's targets. So we already know Moise Keane and these guys are not top targets. So Ruben Amrin would like a reunion with Gyokeres, but his priority is Arsenal. He's more or less signed for Arsenal. Osimhen's wages are viewed as too high. And Ekitike, who Frankfurt's 85 million, is crazy. We already made that mistake with Hojlund, mate. 72 million on an unproven project striker. Remember, you're gambling on potential. Hojlund is potential. He can potentially be the top striker Harry Kane is, but you're gambling on it for a lot of money. We're not going to do that no more. We're not going to go and spend 85 million on potential. If your boy's spending 60 to 80 million, it's going to be someone that's bagging goals. So that was their first targets. It was Osimhen and Gyokeres. That's gone left because of our Champions League, etc. Watkins seems like the guy now. As you can see, Watkins ain't got the worst record in the world. He's got 127 goals and 223 appearances. He's the club's all-time Premier League top scorer with 75 goals. Villa's, he scored 15 goals minimum in 3 seasons in a row. A lot of strikers ain't done that. So he's not the worst. He's got consistency in his game, I tell you that. And if you look at the top scorers last season, you can see what Ineos are really trying to cook. They said, we need goals. And they said, let's just look at the top scorers and let's go get 3 players out of there. So Brian Mbeumo's there, 20 goals, 15 of them from open play, 5 penalties. Watkins is there, 16 goals, only 2 penalties. And then Cunha's there with 15 goals, not 1 penalty in sight. So you can tell what they're trying to cook. They said, we need goals. Fuck it. We're just going to go for the top goal scorers chart and take 3 players out of there. So you see what they'll try to cook. So I think Watkins is on the list. Laurie Whitwell's already told us. So I would rather go for Watkins than go for someone like Moise Keane, to be honest with you lot. Because, mate, I can't do this project thing no more, man. This guy's done it in the Prem. He scored 15 goals. He gives us 15 goals next season. Cunha gives us 10. And Mbeumo gives us 10. That's more goals than we've had already. Do you know what I'm saying? Our whole attack scored 21 goals last season, mate. Ahmad, Hojlund, Garnacho, and Xerxes. They scored 21 goals, mate. Look at them, all 3 of them. And Mbeumo scored 20 goals himself. Our whole attack scored 21 goals. Cunha scored 15 goals himself. So this is what I'm saying. They're trying to change the whole attack, man. You get me? This is the situation we're in. Is it good to study in abroad or stay in India? Bayern there must leave John Victor very soon to be completed. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully. If Mbeumo goes through, fans can take a breather 100%, man. Because it looks like it's just negative news at the moment. Everything just seems very, very, very negative. So I feel like we need something to just come out and to just calm us down. Because, mate, it's been crazy. I can't lie. So, yeah. Maino and Euro looks jacked. Hopefully Maino could. Yeah, I see the little pictures still. They're ready. Since World Cup is around the corner, expect to see a lot of young or average players overperforming. Everyone's going to want to go to that World Cup. That's the only thing saving us from the freedom fighters. That's why they're all going to go. We have a lot of out of form, unfit players. And if they play fit and hit form, bro, I reckon, yeah, if they go abroad, yeah, they will smash it. Because all them other slower leagues will be easy for them. We just need them to go abroad and go to one of them slower leagues. Look at Antony. He had the time of his life out there. Hojlund, Rashford, Garnacho. So much space that they will love it over there, man. So we need them to just go abroad, but if they go abroad, they'll smash it. I'm telling you, though. That's what we need them to do, man. Just go abroad and you'll have the time of your life and then it'll be good. Even if they go on loan. Remember, Sancho went on loan to Chelsea. Chelsea fans weren't crying that he's leaving because he wasn't all that. Rashford went to Villa. He done all right. Him and Sancho had a little back-to-back link up, but they wasn't crying that he left. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's get into Mbeumo. What came out about the last things about Mbeumo? This came out last night about Mbeumo, and it basically said, listen, Brentford are moving mad, innit? They're just saying, they're looking at everyone, all the transfer talks, and saying, look, João Pedro just moves to Chelsea. That's 60 million. This geezer's got way more goals than him. He's meant to be more. So they're really trying to bump us like that. We started talking to them before all these transfers happen, and they're using these transfers as a leverage. So João Pedro's gone for 60 million, and João Pedro has got 10 goals, 5 of them are penalties, and Mbeumo's got 20 goals. So they're going, look, he's way better than him. If he's going for 60 million, surely, so they're using that as an excuse. Anthony Elanga went for 55 million. Anthony Elanga only scored 6 goals last season. He scored 20. You get what I'm trying to say? So they're using these things as excuses. So they want excess of 60 million. This is what's going on. I already said, I think if we give them 60 million up front and 5 million in add-ons, it should get it done. But it seems like they're asking for way more than that now. So I don't know, man. And then it obviously said United's immediate focus is on finalising a deal for Mbeumo, and they are hoping for a breakthrough this week, after which Amorim is targeting a striker and a central midfielder. And then it said the third bid for Mbeumo is not expected to be imminent. No third bid yet, but deal not imminent was what I wrote. What's the difference in that? For no third bid yet, but deal not imminent. What? What's he talking about? He wrote the article, so the third bid for Mbeumo is not expected to be imminent. And then he says, no third bid yet, but the deal not imminent was what I wrote. Bid could come at any time, to be fair. So bid could come any time for Mbeumo. That's the situation with Mbeumo. That's the last we've heard about him. Every day we're getting the same type of updating. It's progressing. They're in talks. Yeah, same shit every day, man. Bournemouth at home. Okay, love for that. That's the preseason talks, yeah. When I showed you like the preseason, that's this. Bournemouth at home. That's the 31st, the Thursday. So that's Leeds on the 19th, West Ham on the 27th, Bournemouth at home, Everton, and then we've got Fiorentina. I think Fiorentina's at home as well. So that's preseason, which is in 11 days, mate. 19th. So we're training for it now. And man, you can see him here with the new kit, the new training kit. We're training for it now, but we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, but back to Mbeumo. We're going to see what happens with him. There's nothing really we're hearing about. Hopefully that Elanga money that can go towards it, man. If we're short on money, bro, we just made 10 million in our sleep. There you go, mate. Take some of that. We've got the Freedom Fighter. This is the last thing that came out about the Freedom Fighter. He's close to joining Man United. Hopefully not. He's close to joining Juventus now. There's only a gap of 1 to 2 million euros. Sancho's wage demands and Juventus's offer. And Juventus are also saying they only want to pay 20 million pounds. So they want 25 million euros, which is 20 million pounds. Bro, we're asking for 25 million pounds. But then again, when you think about it, we got 5 million from Chelsea. So we could get the 20 million pounds from them. Our 5 million from Chelsea, that's 25 million pounds. But then you got to remember that we're broke at the moment. So we probably want every little minute, every little penny we can get. So we got our 5 million from Chelsea. Give us 25 million pounds. That'd be 30 million euros. And then see you later. So it seems like it's close. This came out yesterday. We'll see what comes out today. Hopefully there's more news. Juventus is expected to pay about 25 million euros. That's from Alfredo. His first salary was 5 million, but they're going to improve their proposal. So hopefully they meet about 750k or something, man. They meet in the middle and they just get it done, man. Because Sancho knows he was playing games with Chelsea. They looked at, he said, what? They're offering me this wage. I'm not taking that. Napoli wanted him. They just won the Italian league. Exciting project. De Bruyne, McTominay. He started asking for mad money again. They said, what? They walked away from him. Fenerbahce wanted him. Jose Mourinho spoke to him on the phone. Blah, blah, blah. He started playing games with them. I don't want to leave the top 5 leagues. Blah, blah, blah. They left him. So he knows Juventus is his last option now, or he's in trouble. So he stopped playing the games. He's taking wage cuts now. So hopefully this gets done as soon as possible, and then we can just get rid of the freedom fighter. Like, he's probably the worst. Out of everyone that's got to leave, he's the worst one out of all of them, mate. I swear to you. There's no way this geezer has been better than any. I used to think it was Antony, but Antony's got a bit of dignity to him. At least you can see he's got a bit of passion. This geezer just needs to get out of it. So it's looking positive, man. I know that lucky, bro. It's reached a situation where the fans have to stick with the current squad and change squad only to complete a quality transfer. 100%, man. I don't think they need to rush the transfers or nothing, but everyone is getting fed up. And you got to remember, when they're making up all of these links every day about these strikers as well, these Calvert-Lewins, like I'm showing you that now. Look, United have been offered the chance. Offered, yeah? But then you'll have like TalkSport and The Sun and all of that go out there and say, Man United are going in for Calvert-Lewin when they've been offered to us. The agent is just doing his job. Calvert-Lewin and Callum Wilson and Vardy are free agents. So their agent is saying he's got a client. Vardy's his client. He's going to go to all the teams and say, listen, I've got Jamie Vardy here. He's on 150k a week. He only wants 120. What are you saying? And then the agent will go out there and tell people, yeah, I spoke to Man United, I spoke to Arsenal, I spoke to Chelsea, whatever. That doesn't mean you have to run with a story and then say Man United are in for this guy. So that's what's happened. That's what Laurie Whitwell was saying. That's come out. We don't care about none of these guys. We would only go for them in the end of the window if we've got a hole in our squad. And it'll be a stopgap. It'll be like a loan, basically, but you can't loan them because they're free agents. So it's basically saying, all right, you know what? We're stuck with Hojlund. We've got Xerxes there. Fuck it. Let's get Calvert-Lewin in for 1 year and he could just rotate with them because we don't believe in Hojlund that much. Let's just get Calvert-Lewin for 1 year, give him a little contract. And then at the end of the year, we'll end up getting the striker we really want. Hopefully, we're back in the Champions League by then or Europa. That's the situation. So everyone needs to stop getting mad about these. Stop falling for the bait, basically. You get it? Onana just needs to improve his cross-clambering and positioning for next season, which I think is, bruv, Onana is a bozo. Yeah, he's not going to improve nothing. It's simple as that. This geezer is a bozo. Like, there's no improving him. We just need to get the new keeper in and then slowly but surely just replace him with Onana. You understand? All the United fans' transfer seasons have been endless drama. I'm fed up with the Frankie de Jongs. That was ages ago, isn't it? That was a mad one. Get a few more of these. I'll be happy and satisfied if we're able to recruit at least one cheap beast, sounding like Maz last year with new data. Yeah, it's true. They have been moving. They're moving. You see what they're doing with their data, bro. They're looking at the top leading goal scorers. They've said, yo, we need goals. Let's just go in the top leading goal scorers and get 3 guys out of there. Mbeumo, Konya, and maybe Watkins. Do you understand? That's what they're doing. They're saying, yo, we need goals. Let's just look at who scored the most goals last season in the Prem. We don't want no adaptation period where we've got to give them 6 months to a year. Look at Xerxes. Xerxes came in. His first 3 months was terrible. Got booed. Everyone thought he was going to leave. He said, no, I'm not going to leave. And then he brought it back up. And then now, you get it. It's going off. So, yeah, man. That's the situation. With that, I'll be happy. Boom, and Mbeumo before weekend sorted. Hopefully, Cavani, man. Hopefully, bro, man. Hopefully, bro. And Mbeumo has a shorter contract at Brentford, so we've got to make a decision now. Otherwise, risk losing him on the cheap. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Arsenal win last season cup. Arsenal don't win nothing, bruv. They ain't won nothing in like 5 years. Ineos, I would loan this guy, loan that guy. That would father fund the window. Sancho is demanding 10 million a year. Marcus Rashford, 34. This geezer's funny. You can't loan that Collier for 10 million, big man. 10 million on a loan fee. That's madness. You can't do that. You're moving mad. Man said 10 million. That's what I'm at. Sancho is demanding 10 million. Sancho, let's show you Sancho's wage, the freedom file. So look, they've offered him 5 million, but he's took a wage cut. So obviously, because he took a wage cut, he's not going to get what he's getting, but he wants about 7-8 million, I think it is. Do you understand? So, yeah, they're only 1.2 million apart, apparently, and that was yesterday. So hopefully we get better news today. Sancho's wage demands on Juventus' offer, but they're optimistic it's going to happen. And as you can see from Nico, it says it's getting closer and closer that Sancho gets to Juventus. Do you know what I'm saying? It's getting closer because there's been positive talks. And Nico, he's reliable. Nico Schirra, he's reliable for Italian news. Alfredo's all right. Core Sports all right. So it's 1.2 million euros. Hopefully they compromise 750k or something in the middle or something. Or Juventus just pay him, bruv. And then he goes. Or he's got to take a more wage cut. But no one else is in that race. Napoli was in the race. Fenerbahce. Chelsea said no because of his wages. So he finally took a wage cut. He wanted 10 million before. You don't want 10 million no more. Because they offered him 5 and now they're trying to meet in the middle. If they offered him 5 and they're saying it's only 1 or 2 million, he's obviously trying to meet in the middle. You get me? That's the situation. Bournemouth is in Chicago. I was thinking that, what's he talking? Like, the preseason, I swear it's in America. I think Fiorentina's at home. I think the Fiorentina one's back at home. I'm not sure, though. Because we start the season on the 17th, innit? Saturday, the 17th of August is when the season starts and we play Arsenal. So I think Fiorentina game is at home. But, yeah. Love for that. Thank you for thinking anyway. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe, my peoples, man. What's going on? What's going on with the likes, man? You know we do this for you like every day, man. Waking up early for you lot to make this happen. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We're here every day for you lot, man. All the United news. Callum Wilson would be the best out of the lot. He might want to grab that chance to make the squad. Mate, this is what I'm saying. Hopefully we don't even get to this situation. As you see a lot, he says, Man United would only advance on these if at all. He's saying we're not even trying to advance on them, but if at all, towards the end of the window, if they do not get any of their top targets. Remember that. So it's very unlikely. Salty about Arsenal when United are out for the count. I can't be salty about a team that ain't won nothing in about 6 years, mate. I don't care about Arsenal, bro. I hate Arsenal, yeah, but they've won nothing, mate. This is just unfair to Amrin. He doesn't get players he wants and demand him to turn gold. Exactly. It's a bit fucked up still, but it seems like they're all in alignment, though. It seems like they're fucking with him. I'll be real. They're really with him, though. So I feel like they believe in him. Hopefully, these players go in it, and then we just get whatever. Even if we got to go back in January and get some players, but come on, man. They have to back him. If United continue like this, no one will remember there was a successful club. Mate. You obviously support Arsenal, innit? So I hope there's an Arsenal fan channel going on that's got some more positive news for you. You can get better wage amount post tax abroad, lesser win in England. Yeah, it's true. It's true. If Gyokeres joins, I'm expecting him to score at least BS United. What? Expecting him to score at least bullshit United. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Oh, as in you're talking about the strikers we're talking about. Yeah, bro. Go win something, brother. Even if you win a Carabao Cup or something, bro. Hopefully Gyokeres can make you lot win that. Because you lot ain't been winning nothing, brother. It's been appalling. 5-6 years, bro. Super Mick Arteta doesn't win nothing, mate. So, yeah. You lot just focus on what's going on over there. We're in a mud and we've still nicked a few trophies in that time. Safe. Terence Tibbs. So, yeah, man, that's the situation, man. It's Moyes Keane today. Every day there's a new striker. You get me? Yesterday it was Osimhen's rejected us. The day before that it was someone else. Today it's Moyes Keane. Man United have been linked to Moyes Keane. He's got a 52 million euros basically release clause. It's triggered on the 15th. Basically, that's like 7 days. Literally, the 15th is the last day it can get triggered. You know what I'm saying? This guy's you got an Arsenal fan in the chat that's going bananas. Look at him. Focus on yourself. You're literally in a Manchester United fan channel talking about focus on yourself. This geezer's an idiot. Let's get rid of him, man. Time out. Let's put you on time out, Terry Tibbs, man. Calm you down a little bit. Go get some milk or something. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, so Moyes Keane. This is the name for today, basically. If you look at his stats and that, he's had a good season, but mate, he hasn't been that consistent. And it's the Italian league as well. This is what Hojlund was playing in, and Hojlund scored a few goals. Do you know what I mean? This is not the league where it's not like La Liga. You've gone there and you ripped it up. It's the Italian league. So I don't know, mate. But he's 25. He scored 25 goals last season. No, 25 goals. Yeah, he scored 25 goals last season in all. He scored 19 goals in Serie A, 5 goals in the Conference League. But apart from that, he's been kind of inconsistent for a few years until he played for PSG in 2020. So I don't know, man. But like I said, it's not saying that we've explored the deal. It's not saying that we want him 100%. It's just saying that we've been keeping tabs and that we're the Premier League team to have the most interest, keeping tabs. So let's not take that as anything that it's not like we're going crazy for him or we spoke to his agents or anything. No, we're literally keeping tabs. So it might not even mean anything. It might not be that serious. I told you, these strikers, we keep getting linked to them, talk sport. It's making our days even worse. When we're seeing what's happening with Mbeumo, we're hearing all this stuff about Onana staying and then Hojlund, and then you get in Calvert-Lewin. It's just depressing you as a Man United fan. So when I'm going online and I'm seeing Ineos out and Amarin and that, it's obviously, man, I'm being reactionary, but it's like, bro, everyone needs to calm a bit down. But it is getting a bit too depressing, especially when you're seeing Arsenal's getting gyokeres. They're looking at Eze and City's got all of their signings and Chelsea won't stop signing players. And then you're just seeing us and we're getting linked with the worst, which ain't even probably true. It's just depressing a bit. So just remember that, man. A lot of these stuff are not true. United have been offered. Remember that word there, offered the chance to sign a free agent. So the agents are just doing their jobs. Jamie Vardy, Calvert-Lewin and Callum Wilson. We would only, if at all we look at them, it would only be if we got a hole in our squad at the end of the season. That's it. That's literally it. It's not going to be we're in for him. We're going to be going for any of these. We're not chasing none of them. It's just the end of the season. And obviously Mateta. Every time I say to people, who do you think we should go for? They say Mateta, Watkins, and I can't remember the other name. That's left. Realistically, that's left. Mateta looks like he might be going to AC Milan. AC Milan have made contact. That's from Matteo Moretto, and he's reliable. That's Fabrizio's right-hand man. For those that don't know, Matteo Moretto, he works with Fabrizio. So there was a direct inquiry with the players' entourage. They ain't stepped up yet to speak to Palace yet, but Mateta is on AC Milan's books. We haven't been linked to Mateta once, so he might be going AC Milan. Let's get this Terence Tibb off the screen, man. Yeah, he went with the best bomb. Tax. It's this opposite day. Do we have Arsenal fans trying to associate with winners? It's crazy, isn't it? Just to know that Kuna. No, I put him on hold, man. He's gonna get some Cocoa Pops. You understand? We have to put him on hold quickly to go get some Cocoa Pops because he's moving mad. He ain't had his breakfast, clearly. After a crucial, yeah, that 8 million will do. Bro is not getting any attention in the Arsenal fan. This is what I'm saying, bro. They're not winning nothing over there. It's boring. They're just complaining. They're making signings. All the Arsenal fan content creators must be happy right now. They got Eze they're linked with, Madueke. They're doing things. Norgard's getting presented today. Zubamendi, Gyokeres, and you're here talking about we're hating on Arsenal. We don't give a fuck about Arsenal. Who's talking about Arsenal, bro? Hang around winners, man. I understand. I get you. Moise Keane's linked to West Ham, yeah? Boy, I'll rather them take him, bro. I swear to you, but I'm not really feeling him, man. I'm not really feeling Moise Keane. I'll be real. I'd rather them take him as win. I'll be real, man. I'd rather them take him still. I'm not feeling him, but obviously, man will deal with anything better than Hojlund, but I don't think that's ideal, man. Do you understand? Like, and obviously he's a bit cheap, and it's only 45 million. That's not the worst. It's not like we're paying 72 million. Ekatike is a project striker. He's 85. But I think last result, man, will take him. But it's like, bruv, come on, man. There's better options out there. So, yeah, Rasmus Hojlund faces uncertainty about his future. He wants to stay and fight, but we want him gone. Let's just be real. He doesn't want to leave, but we want him gone. Inter Milan is a standby right now. I don't know why. I don't know what's holding it up. Apparently, they want him loan. We want to sell him permanently. But, mate, he's got obviously something's going to have to give soon, innit? But Laurie Whitwell already came out a week or two ago and said we want him to leave. We don't want him to stay. So that's the situation with Rasmus Hojlund. He was training with Harry Maguire in Portugal. He's trying to get fit and ready for the season. Hopefully he's getting fit and ready to go into Milan. And yeah, he doesn't stay here, mate. I don't think it's a good environment for him. Then we got the freedom fighters. Real Betis's president's basically saying, yo, that 105 a week salary is too much for us, for Antony right now. So unless Antony takes another wage cut or something, then they can't really afford him. But mate, Antony's got a few other suitors. It's not just them. Como want him. I think Atletico Madrid wanted him. So Antony's got to make his mind up because he's in the Brazilian team. I don't want him to lose his spot. He knows the World Cup's next year. So make up your mind, bro. If they're not coming for you, just pack your bags and go there. Or you're going to be sitting on the sideline. Freedom fighter Sancho, I've showed you already about him. His wages are a bit mad, but he's only 1.2 million apart. So they're closing the gap. That was yesterday, remember. Look at the date at the bottom, the 7th. So that was yesterday. So hopefully today, this upgrades and then they match their salary now. They've finally come to an agreement and then we can hear a here we go or something. But yesterday, there was only 1.2 million apart. Then we've got obviously Rashford. He's fighting his hardest to get to Barcelona. He only wants Barca. He's twerking for them. I want to play with the best. Lamine Yamal. I love it here. Sunny. I can play as a number 9. Blah, blah, blah. So he's trying to reduce his salary. He's taking a wage cut, everything. But it don't seem like they actually want him. They're going for Luis Diaz. Fabrizio spoke about it. And then they're talking about Antonio Nusa now. They've got options galore. It don't seem like they're really prioritizing him. So I don't know what's going to happen with him. And then we got John Victor. We've been linked to this geezer for ages. I showed you, look, we've linked with him a few times. You don't need to stop sleeping on these little journalists. When these little journalists all build up, when you've got like 6 different reports saying the same thing, you've got this always something building up. So you've got to have faith in them. So I've been talking about him for about a week and a half. The Brazilian media has been going crazy about him. Man United are in for him. 5.8 million, blah, blah, blah. Now it's finally hit the English media. Manchester Evening News reported about it on the 6th, 2 days ago, and said Man United are eyeing a move for John Victor, 5.8. This is the first journalist that spoke about it in England, because all the reports before was all in Brazil. And then you got Laurie Whitwell that came out today and he said, listen, he's part of the targets. The addition of another goalkeeper could potentially push Bayern closer to an exit. Bayern cost us about 3-4 million. So if Bayern goes for the same price, we'll just take that money, add on a little bit and get him. And I think he might be better than Onana. I ain't seen him, but I'm just guessing that he must be good enough that we can somehow surely, you get it, change the positions. So make Onana the number 2, make him the number 1. So we'll see what happens with this. Hopefully Bayern gets a move soon. Bam. We got Anthony Elanga. We're making money in our sleep. We put a sell-on clause on him. And yeah, we've got 8 million from that. Maxi Oyadeli, same thing with him. He's gonna be 2.58. That's the little sell-on clause we've got with him. So that's about 10 million we might have made with both of themselves. Hopefully that goes towards Mbeumo and we can just wrap that deal up ASAP. Because we're just getting so much bad news right now. It's like we need a here we go. That's the only thing right now that will boost up this fan base. We're just hearing bad news after bad news after bad news. So the sell-on clauses thing, would you take Nicholas Jackson? No, I would never take Nicholas Jackson. That guy will get a red card every game. I don't know what Chelsea are trying to build. João Pedro is always trying to elbow someone every game. I don't know if you don't see it. He does mad stuff. He got sent off last time for it. He got caught. The time before that, he tried to elbow the player, but the player moved out the way, and then he got caught for it. The Lap gets a yellow card every single game. This geezer loves wrestling. Jackson gets a red card every game. They're just trying to build some mad WWE MMA team over there with their strikers. I don't know what they're on. Jackson, João Pedro, The Lap. Enzo Fernandez always wants to fight. Caicedo, yellow card. Walking yellow card. Bruh, they're trying to build a mad team over there that's just physical, that is just, on a different thing. No news about Boniface. I ain't heard nothing about him. Not one thing still. New talks, Brian Mbeumo. Hear that. I wish we could have. Yeah, Martinez a baller, man. But I don't think we're in for him at all. I don't think we're even linked with him once. Remember also that City and Chelsea have played in the Club World Cup, so the team may be tired. Yeah, it's true, but you got to remember, I think that's their pre-season though. So they might chill after the Club World Cup. I don't think they're going to go and tour after that. So it's going to be the same, innit? Because we're going to start pre-season once they're done, man. We're starting pre-season and we're about to get into it. in about 11 days or something like that. So I don't think they're going to be tired like that, man, because after this is done for them, I don't think they're going on tour. There's no way. They haven't had a holiday. The season's finished, and then they've done Club World Cup. They have to have a holiday in some sort. So I'm guessing they're going to chill from then. So they might be a little bit fresher. Manchester United just signed Mateta, bro. Yeah, I spoke about that, bro. AC Milan won him, bruv. AC Milan, I've seen the vision. But I don't know what they're going to say. Remember, there's no direct inquiry with Palace yet. They might hit up Palace and then Palace says he's not for sale, or he says he don't want to leave. We don't know yet. But AC Milan has showed interest in Mateta. So there's a team out there for him, but we don't know what's going to happen when you actually go in for him. You might go in for him and then it's, he's not for sale. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one of these I see today. Yeah, here we go. Somehow I want United to prevent any other Premier League moving for Barella and Bastoni next season. I don't think anyone's in for Barella right now, man. That's like a Newcastle signing, isn't it? Like when they signed Tonali. I didn't see no one thing, man, in for him. One bomb see today, hopefully. Moyes Keane, forget about him. Terrible at Everton. I said that. I said, look at him. Look at his stats. He only played 2 games for Everton, though. I don't know how. He played 2 games for Everton and he didn't do nothing. But he's had a gap. PSG, look at him. 2020, 17 goals. 5 years later, Fiorentina, he scored 25. But in that space, look at that. 8 goals for Juventus in 40 games. This is Rasmus' numbers. 6 goals in 42 games. This is worse than Rasmus. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not getting excited over the Fiorentina spell. I like consistency. And this is the Italian league as well. So if you're not really bagging over there, you come to the Prem, we can't really expect no more. So yeah, man, that's that. And then obviously we got the link to this geezer here. Keith Smith, I don't know who he is. He's won the Golden Boy for the Euro. So he's got to be decent to an extent. I don't know how reliable it is. Team Talk ain't the most reliable. So I'll take it with a pinch of salt. Let's see if more articles come out about it. And then it speaks about the preseason. We've got Leeds on the 19th, which is in 11 days, literally. And then we got West Ham. This is all in America, by the way. Then we got Bournemouth, and then we got Everton and Fiorentina. That's who we're playing. So basically, that's a game like every 8 days or something. Do you know what I'm saying? 8 days, and then 4 days, and then 5 days, and then 5. Yeah, like the first gap is 8 days, and then it's like every 5 days after we'll play a game. So that's the situation with that. We'll see what happens with that, man. We'll see what happens with the team. We'll see if we've got a good lineup for preseason. Because remember, we're training now for preseason, and that's when we go on preseason. So we're probably going to leave on probably the 17th or 16th. So we might even leave sooner. We might even leave in about 4 or 5 days. But it's in about 11 days. It's crazy. And then obviously we just got Watkins. That's another target. We really wanted Osimhen. His wages are too mad. He's basically rejected us. Gyokeres is going to Arsenal. He's rejected us. Ekitike is 85 million. Never going to happen. So Watkins is the last target that's got some pedigree with goals. He scored 15 league goals minimum in his last 3 seasons. He was a top goal scorer last season. He's in that chart with Cunha and Mbeumo. So you can see what Ineos are cooking. Mbeumo, this is the last thing about him. It's just that Brentford's basically looking at the transfer window when they're comparing every single transfer that goes through the door. Oh, Langer's gone for 55. He scored 6 goals. And Mbeumo scored 20. João Pedro's gone for 60. He scored 10 goals. 5 of them were penalties. And Mbeumo scored 20. And then they want 60 in excess of 60, which is mad now. Like, what do you mean in excess? So we're trying to get this one done. We'll see what happens with that. Freedom Fight, I've just showed you 1.2 million. And then Onana, his price tag is 30 million. But we're saying we want him to stay. We're obviously saying we want him to stay because we like him. But you wouldn't have a price tag on your head if we really wanted you to stay. Lenny Euro, Ahmad, they don't have price tags because they're never we don't want to sell them. If you're not for sale, you won't have a price tag on your head. You've got a price tag on his head because you want him to go. So we're indirectly putting it out there. Man United have got a 30 million price tag on his head, but he looks like he's going to stay and we want him to stay. But we're letting you know, you come near 30 million, you want to bid 25 or 23, he's all yours. So we're indirectly putting it out there that we want to sell him. Monaco's meant to be still interested, but the 30 million is too much for them. So that's all the news for today. That's what Laurie Whitwell said. I broke it all down. And yeah, man, I'll be back on later. Hopefully we got more news. We got some here we goes or something positive. So all my people, love for everyone in the chat. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you all hit the like button on your way out. I'll see you lot in a bit. Make sure you all have a great day as well. Love.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm